various media outlets today. But in terms of the highlights, I would like just to mention from here to confirm that the schools have all been closed as from today until for this week until Friday. If there is a need later on because of the situation to extend, then government will have to decide on that one. For the very reason that is the priority of government to get all the schools in order. We understand that the majority of the schools that we have here in Fiji are actually being affected. I'll give you the figures at the moment for Western divisions alone. They have, for their preliminary a survey that they did yesterday, they have come up with a figure of $2.2 million worth. That is for the Western Division. This figure is about to change as we progress in our assessment during the week. The curfew, as you all know, has been lifted so that we have now allowed for the mobility of the members of the public. And I would also like to mention as part of our light is that we now have assistance and also requests from our international community from where Fiji can direct the request to them into the areas of needs. We are working on that, and we should be able to give them a proper profile of what is needed for them as from tomorrow. We have had, in terms of the continuation of the clearing of the roads, our Fiji military forces had actually continued to work in the Wainumbuka up to the Raki area just to ensure that that part of the road that is still closed at the moment to be opened. And we are also aware of the flooding that has happened in Nandi, even though there has not been a report of casualty. Likewise in Nosori, because of the increasing level of the river. What it means is that for us, the public needs to be aware of the situation is on the ground, and they need to prepare themselves. Those who are habitual in flooding, it will be a good opportunity for them, to move their stock and also to relocate if need be with the already identified evacuation centers around the country. As of today, 2 boats have actually been deployed to go to Coral Islands. One of them is the barge. The name of the barge is Yarrow. This is to take the machineries. The other one is the MV Lulobatu to actually take the rations and also for the team to go to Coral. This is a multiple team that has gone to Coral, that they will do not only the work that needs to be done to clear the various villages in Coral. They will also be doing some restoration and the provision of medical work, so that those who are injured and those who need medical assistance would be able to be handled in this trip or in this deployment that government has now approved to be done at Coral. The vessel Lulobatu will also be a mothership for the team, so that they will operate from there. It is expected that they will be there for a couple of weeks, and if there is a need be for reinforcement of food rations and the other, then government will provide for that. They will be providing food rations to the members of the public there in Coral, the affected victims, for a 1-month period. The ground situation that we have at the moment in terms of evacuation centers that are being activated for the Eastern Division, there are 9 evacuation centers with a population or with evacuees of 121. For the Central Division, we have 20 evacuation centers with 1,177 evacuees. With the Northern Division, we have 22 evacuation centers with 1,260 occupants. As for the Western Division, we have not got the number of evacuation centers, but they have provided us a number of families, which is 1,032, and the number of evacuees for the Western Division is 5,880. So the total that we have for the evacuation centers is 50, After we got the clarification from the Western Division, because they have provided for the families, which is 1,032 families, the total number of evacuees now is 8,148. That is the total number that we have at the moment. This figure will be revised as we progress, whether it will increase or it will decrease. It will depend on the situation on the ground with our people. So just to give you a quick figure for Lautoka, for the Western Division alone, the district of Lautoka, 283 families are being affected with the population of 2,485. For Nandi, 306 families are being affected, a total number of 1,200. With Nanronga, 91 families, the total of 341 affected. In Ba, there are 183 families with 884 affected. With Tavua, 169 families with 917 being affected. And within Ndarivatu, there are 53 altogether that are being affected. The number of families is not listed here. So for the Western Division, the extension of damage is quite substantive. That is why the number of evacuation centers have dramatically increased for them compared to the other three divisions. In terms of casualty, we have now 21 deaths with 4 missing, and this number is also bound to change as we progress. The Western Division alone, there are 10 deaths being recorded in there. I will now move on into the infrastructure. For the Fiji Road Authority, some parts of Kings Road are still being closed around Rakiraki, Namblini area, Yangara. These are the places that are still being closed, and the Fiji Road Authority are actually working very hard to clear them. And some parts of Queens Road at Lautoka Main Street, that was also reported to be closed because of fallen trees. Hopefully they have cleared it by now. In terms of telecom, the focus here at the Nakasi Exchange, the focus of restoration, and also at Delay Koro in Sabsabu, and also in Delay Koro in Taviuni. That is why some of our areas are still being disconnected in terms of communication, and now we are not being able to get into them directly. In terms of transportation, both airports are now open, and the Fiji Airways and the Fiji Links are actually providing normal flights as of today. Some of the issues that we need to consider, first one is that the declaration is in place for the next 30 days. The divisional commissioners with their teams, government teams, are actually working around the clock in terms of their damage assessment. The aerial survey that was done yesterday by the New Zealand Orion aircraft has given us a very clear picture of the affected areas in the Eastern Division and the heavy devastation that was actually made on the island of Koro. As of this week, we will also be receiving helicopters from the Government of Australia that will be assisting in the delivery operation, the damage assessment, and the medevac that can happen during the week. As I've already mentioned, the rations that are being provided by the team that has gone out to the Lomaiviti is actually 1 month ration. We are continuing to receive divisional reports and also from our critical sectors, and by tomorrow we should be able to provide you a full picture of what has happened on the ground. On that note, thank you very much. I'll take the questions, some questions now.
Would you have a breakdown of the deaths with
The 21 deaths, can I give you later that figure? Okay.
So would you have numbers numbers of casualties in the hospitals at the moment?
Casualties in the hospitals, we have not received it from the Minister of Health yet, but the number that are being provided are actually being provided by the divisional commissioners and through the police, the police, Fiji Police Force.
In terms of cost, how much would you, if you put the total damage?
Well, at the moment, we really cannot ascertain that. I can only say here, out of the 4 divisions, the Western Division alone has given that figure of 2.2 million for education. So if we have to consider the other sectors, definitely the figure would be quite significant. But right now, we cannot peg a cost to the damage that has already been done on the ground.
Education,
2.2 million for Western Division.
Only for the Western.
Yeah.
This is damage to schools?
Yes, just the damage to schools.
So you mentioned the schools are closed for a week, that's for whole of Fiji.
Yes, that's for the whole of
And then
Fiji.
on Friday you will discuss again whether it will be open for next week or not.
The emergency committee actually convenes every day, and they are the one that actually making the decision. They're providing the direction of how we are going about with this emergency operation. So if there is a change in that, yes, definitely they will provide.
Just how many family will be assisted on Coral Island?
In Coral Island, the expectation here is that we are covering the whole of the villages of Coral. So all the families there will be assisted with the 1 month ration supply. And we are also getting some tents across so that we can accommodate those that they have their houses been taken down, and it was quite a significant number that has been taken down. If in the process we are not able to accommodate for that with what is available in Fiji, then we will request our international community to provide for those kind of assistance, because they would have it. It would not take long for them just to fly it over and bring it over to Fiji, and then we can distribute it from here. So if there is no other question, I'll arrange again for a time tomorrow. I know this office is quite very, very busy, but I'll try to find a time for you sometimes in the afternoon so that we can have a briefing so that you can take it back for your various media outlets. Thank you very much.